Thanks, Andrew, for joining us today. So today we are talking about an important topic in the IBM digital process automation space specifically. This is the migration from the Eclipse-based designer to the WebPD. So tell me, first of all, why do I have to migrate?
Well, historically, the Eclipse-based designer put a lot of unnecessary requirements or put a lot of requirements on the developers in terms of the machines and OS that they had to have. It, at some companies, required new rules to be made in order to support the deployment of that. It's very complex. A web-based designer, you have your web browser, you go right in, you log in, and you're immediately authoring. It's much quicker, it's much easier for people to use. With the 8.6 release of IBM BPM, IBM announced that while they are supporting the desktop designer with the current release, it is now deprecated, which means in the next few years, you're going to see the support for that drop off and a push towards the web-based designer. We really want to embrace that and move into that before we're forced into it. So we should start thinking about getting to there.
So you talked about the business benefits of the install being easier when you're using the web designer, but what other business benefits are coming from this migration?
Well, the benefit I've heard the most about is that the end users perceive the new coaches that came out with 8.6 and the web-based designer as being significantly more responsive than the classic coaches that we had before. That's primarily due to the adoption of more sophisticated, modern approaches to the authoring, such that we're doing asynchronous communication so that data is loading just in time as the users need it, as opposed to the old paradigm where all the data had to be marshaled in advance before we started rendering the UI.
So when I make this switch to the web process designer, I'm going to have a faster install and faster end user coaches. I feel like that's a win for the developer and a win for the end user.
I agree. It's really, it's the right way to go. It unlocks a lot of potential. When people start talking about citizen developer, when you had to do a complex install in order for anybody to get into the authoring environment, that's an automatic barrier to your ability to do that. This unlocks that potential for you as well, in addition to the other benefits.
Well, thanks for sitting down with us today and talking about migrating to the web process designer. You can find out more videos like this on our channel when you subscribe.